Rory McIlroy and Sergio Garcia converse from a safe distance at the Charles Schwab Challenge. Getty ImagesNow that the fellas on the PGA Tour are re-entering our collective consciousness in their usual space. On the telly, there's a temptation to say that things are returning to normal. They're returning, to be sure. But this normal is new and shifting. The only normal thing is that guys who are used to being on the road are back on the road. Some drew satisfaction from being home for a while, like Harold Varner III. I played a lot of golf, he told reporters over video conference. Another change, on Tuesday. I installed a septic tank. I built a shed. All kinds of stuff. Everything I've wanted to do. I laid some sod. Rory McIlroy played a bit, and laid by the pool plenty, too. It's probably the most tanned my pasty Irish skin has ever been, so that's been about it, he said. That was more substantive than Sungjae Im's recollection of lockdown. He said he spent a bunch of time watching shows and movies on Netflix, though when he was pressed to name one, all he could muster was the fact that the movie starred the actor from Thor. Cover thine eyes, Chris Hemsworth fans. Oh well. This week's only sod-laying will happen from the tight lies at Colonial Country Club, and pros shuttered up in tour-approved hotels will peruse whatever Netflix titles they've not already run through the last 3 months at home. Here's what else we know about how it's all going down this week on the players' side. TestingMost players were tested at home first. Every player was tested upon entry to the event. Not every player enjoyed the experience. The needle up my nose is the craziest thing. Yeah, that was nuts, Varner said, eyes wide. He added the good news later when he found out in real time that he'd tested negative. Jordan Spieth called the swab test his most uncomfortable moment. There was nothing comfortable about it. Chesson Hadley suggested his test administrator had scraped the bottom part of his brain. But the negative test was no sure thing. Ryan Palmer, the event's unofficial playing host, said he'd been particularly cautious in the preceding weeks but was still uncertain. I won't lie to you, I was kind of nervous waiting for the results of both tests, because I don't know if I have it or not. Symptoms are so, you can't really tell. Those were some interesting moments waiting for those results. Travel and LodgingLike several top pros, Jon Rahm arrived via NetJets, although not without a slight hiccup. An hour after takeoff, Rahm got word that his bags hadn't been loaded onto the plane, which meant a quick turnaround to pick up his clubs and clothes. Oops. It's kind of like, welcome to life again, right? Where things can go wrong. You can do nothing but laugh about it, honestly, Rahm said. That sounds about right. For IM, this week just means another hotel room.